Art is too important not to share. Welcome to the Allie and Callie Artcast.
Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Callie. Welcome to the Artcast.
Yes, welcome. And how are you, Miss Callie?
I am well. I'm excited for our trip.
We're going to Walla Walla.
We're probably in our
on
car.
The way.
Yeah, maybe it should be our annual trip.
I think it should be our annual trip.
It might be. Anyway, we've got that going on, and it's Art Walk tonight.
That's right.
For those of you who aren't going to Walla Walla, go check it out, 5 to 8 p.m. Look for the yellow balloons.
Yep.
So what's new with you?
Well, I just got back from Revelstoke, BC, visiting my daughter.
Yes.
And since she doesn't listen to this, I can say that we had a really good time, and we did have no spats.
There's no
drama.
Little
eats.
Yeah.
It was for the first time. I think she has a cat now named Ted, and she and her husband bought a condo.
Nice.
And I think she is happier than she's ever been in her life.
Good. Well, that's
She
great.
just seemed relaxed, which for her is amazing.
Oh, I know what I've got.
What?
We found a wedding venue.
That's right.
Yeah. So
When's the wedding?
August 8th. And it's
in 2026, right?
2026, yes.
Right.
You missed it. We all missed it. Dang it. No, so it's at the greenhouse on Harvard, and it's beautiful.
Oh.
So one thing done. So I asked my daughter, Maddie, I go, what else have you done? She goes, I'll get to it. And I'm like, oh my God, she's going to drive me nuts. But she doesn't listen either. So I can say those things.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, she'll get on it. I keep sending her things like, hey, have you seen this? What about this? What about that? Mm-hmm. She's like, wow, you've been busy. Well,
gotta get it done.
To be. Anyway,
it's only a year.
It's only a year, and it goes by that fast.
It does go by fast.
But anyway, we're excited.
Yeah. Well, speaking of calendars and when things are going to happen.
Yes.
You know, the library has a new calendar out.
Yes.
It's called the Right to Read calendar. And it is really fun, and I'm not going to talk about it because I'm going to let Mary Sanderson, Bette Ammon, and Ruth Pratt talk about it.
Yes.
So welcome, you guys.
Yes,
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think we should start by talking to each one of you, and when you talk, be sure to say who you are so people recognize your voice with your name, and just let us know a little bit about how you are involved with the library.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Mary Sanderson, and I actually started out on the Library Foundation when it was formed.
Really?
In the late 90s. Susan and Nip and I are the only ones still on the foundation for when it started, but the goal was to build a new library. And we had a sum of money that was given to us by one of the patrons. And the city at that time didn't have a way to separate funds for the library from general funds. So they formed the endowment, or they formed our foundation, so that we could take that money and use it for good things for the library. And from that, we had a good board. We had John Hippler was our president, and Rick Maxey, and Ellen Jager was on it, Susan Nip was on it, number of people. But in about early 2000, we hired an executive director that didn't work out. And I met a new neighbor, Ruth. And Ruth and I became friends, and I talked her into volunteering with some of our things, and she was just so gung-ho and fun and excitable and smart and willing to work that we decided she should be our executive director. And that's how Ruth got involved. And then we spent many a day planning fundraisers and planning all kinds of things to make money for the library, to build the new library. And a calendar was one of them. So that was our first calendar in 2004 or 5, I think, 2004. That's how I got there.
I know. I can't wait to talk about that calendar. So, Ruth, I think it does take a lot of enthusiasm to become an executive director.
Really? How would you know?
But I know. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. How was that experience?
It was great. I think I started in 2004 2004, maybe 3 or 4.
2003, maybe. I
3.
think.
Yeah. I worked on the library until, we opened in 2007. And then that's when we hired Betty as...
In 2005.
In 2005. Yes, which she was really the impetus that also made it all happen. So as Mary said, we sat around and thought up everything we could possibly think up to raise money for the library, and then we finally convinced the city to pass a bond, and that had to pass by 60-some percent.
Super majority.
To build the library, and we passed that. Mike Kennedy was involved in helping us with that. We passed that by 89 votes.
That's
wow.
crazy. It's super close.
So, it was close, and we had to redesign everything. And then, anyway, that's when Betty came on board. She was smart, and she waited to see if we were going to build a new library before she committed.
Right.
So we'll talk about the calendar and some other things, but basically, Mary and I, we had a lot of meetings. We had our office was down in the old
City Hall.
Yeah, City Hall, where the jail used to be.
Down.
Which was kind of appropriate. It was on the lower level, and I could look up and see everybody from the knees down when they walked by. But we had a lot of great gatherings in there. At the time, I think Jim Elder was on the board with us, and just a lot of really creative, wonderful people. So we had a great time sitting around thinking up ideas to tell people that or convince people that we needed a new library, that the city needed a library.
Right. And the library at that time, wasn't it? Where
on
was
Harrison.
it?
Harrison.
It was on Harrison,
I remember.
right.
I used to go. Yep.
Yes, and that was an old...
It was an old GTE building.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it wasn't a nice library.
It
it was
bad
just,
location.
Yeah, I agree.
No parking. Hardly any parking. Yeah.
So there was a lot of talk about putting it in some other building, like the old Rose Hours and the old whatever. And we really wanted to build one that was
a new,
brand new
brand
for that
spanking.
purpose, because we
Right.
never had one for that purpose.
Right.
It's in a perfect location.
It is.
This is Betty.
Yeah.
And it was controversial. And they spent a lot of time looking for the right space. But Ruth's right. Bette Ammon and I lived in Missoula. I was the director of the Missoula Public Library, but looking for another opportunity. And so I was watching to see if the bond passed, and it passed. And so I applied and was hired in the spring of 2005. So I got in on planning the way the building looked.
Oh, nice.
And I saw where it was scheduled to be, which was perfect. And then when they built up McEwen, the park, I'm the envy. I was the envy of every library person in the country who said,
I bet.
"You're in this new building on a park on a lake."
Yeah. What's
fabulous.
better than that?
Yeah, right.
And the foundation was gung-ho, going great guns. They raised $3 million to complete the building. And even so, we had a $3 million bond from the city. And that was very inexpensive to build.
$7 million it cost to build that.
Yeah, because we had urban renewal funds as well.
Right.
But at the same time, they were building a library in Bozeman that ended up a lot the same square footage, green building, but they spent probably 4 times what we spent on this building. So careful with money, so making every dime count, and getting all kinds of donations to the Paul Allen Foundation, the tribe, just terrific generosity from people. So what a fun thing.
Yeah.
You get to build a new building.
Yeah.
From scratch.
That is.
So your actual role was
Well, I was the library director.
And
so I had to be in the Harrison building for a couple of years, and then we involved all the staff and the friends of the library and moved everything into the new building. We had to pick out every stitch of everything, carpet, chairs, shelving, you name it.
right.
We spent a long time.
So was the original foundation board basically the women who get shit done? Because, I mean, you guys have continued with that legacy.
Some of the women were there, but we had some guys involved too, and they did a lot of work.
They did a lot.
Really helped us.
Right.
Yeah, John was a great president.
John
I think I
and
contributed
Jim,
a lot
right?
to him. And Jim.
And Rick
Maxey. And
Do we have any other men?
Well, you had support from Urban Renewal. So Denny Davis was, he was involved with the campaign.
Denny Davis and Sandy
Patano
were co-chairs of
Oh,
that.
nice.
That was in the actual committee. We actually had Ted Fox and Louise Shattuck were the honorary chairs.
Louise.
Louise was at the library in Harrison on my first day of work.
Yeah.
And she was there greeting me and handing me her book, saying, if you want to know about Coeur d'Alene, you need to read
it, right?
Yeah, she was right.
Yeah. So then we decided one of our projects was at the time, if you remember, when, I can't remember. It was a group of women who were doing the nude calendars. You know,
the calendar
where's that
girls.
From? Calendar Girls. And then
Right.
it became a movie. Yeah. And so we thought, well, we'll do one of those. And actually, we kind of started that.
We tried.
Right.
We used Mary as a model for one.
It was bad.
Well, then we finally decided that we would get more people to model and be in it if it wasn't that.
Quite that.
And we probably could sell more copies too.
Right.
So we said, well, let's try to feature. And then we did this one in 2005, 20 years ago, and we called it a literary classics calendar. And
who's on the cover?
Well, on the cover is
Dennis
and Joni Franz and
Anna.
Patty Duke, Anna,
And Mike Pierce.
Mike Pierce, yes.
And they were
this was in Great Expectations, so we had the guys be pregnant. It was a spoof on the titles.
Love it.
Right.
And
that's so funny.
That's great.
And then we had Sue Holman, who was our photographer. She was just an amateur photographer, did a fabulous, fabulous job, and had to edit and do all of this before digital photography.
Oh,
Right.
sure.
So it was a lot
It was a
of
big
work.
job.
She and her husband Tom did that. Yeah, so we went through and just picked some book titles, and sometimes we decided, like, just right there how we were going to stage it.
Well, we planned these out, but we had to do all the costumes, all the
everything.
Figure out where to take the pictures, the staging.
There was a lot of wine
all over the
required.
place.
We
A
were
lot of
everywhere.
wine
A lot of wine.
required to do that.
That's a lot of wine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
This was out at the Clark
I
House. The Clark House with Ellen and Jack.
Yeah, that's
Roger
great.
And remember, that's the scene from the Carol
Robert
Burnett show.
Singletary.
It's totally.
Where she comes
right.
down and said, "Oh, this old outfit, I found it in the window."
That's so funny. Yeah.
Gone with the Wind. This is we're
Ellen's
looking at.
in the new calendar.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So anyway, we got all these people from the community to be in this calendar and had a great time shooting it. But it took us
It
a
took
long
us
time.
probably 6 months to do this.
Is that right?
We
Wow.
were racing all over and planning these shoots and getting the costuming and putting these together and getting the people. I mean, this is Romeo and Juliet
Romeo and
with
Juliet
Ellen and Jerry
from the
Jager
old one.
dead with their toe
two
tags. With their
undertakers.
toe
That is
tags
so funny.
Yeah.
and the two morticians, Bruce
Right.
English and Dexter Yates.
So anyway, this year we said it would be really nice to do, since it's 20 years since we did this one, it'd be great to try this again. And this time we are doing it, and I'm going to let Betty explain this because, our impetus for doing this, she wrote it in the new calendar.
Well, we were galvanized to do this, and now I'm on the foundation board. I retired as library director in 2020, and then a couple years ago, the foundation board invited me to be on their board. So we metamorphosized.
Yeah,
Ruth
onto as a library trustee.
Right.
I'm just
so we've
circulating
served
that.
the library under various guises or disguises.
Disguises, yes.
But the impetus for this calendar was 20 years, plus the nature of banning books all over the country, but particularly in North Idaho. And the Coeur d'Alene Public Library is a staunch defender of the right to read. And we just felt as a foundation board that we wanted it to be clear that we were not in bed with the book banners, that we wanted to emphasize that all ages can read all kinds of books and people get to decide for themselves. Parents get to decide for their own children.
Right.
And when I was working and we'd have people who questioned a book, we would say, we don't know what your family's rules are. We don't know what your family values are. You know.
Right.
So you decide.
Right.
Greetings, listeners of the Allie and Callie Artcast podcasts. This is Jason from Tubbs Coffee Roasters. Keeping art alive and culture relevant is the heart and soul of our community of creatives. And as a local coffee roaster who loves a good origin story of a painter or a farmer or a musician, we proudly support the Allie and Callie's Artcast podcast's expansion and exploration through positive conversation. So grab a cup of coffee, preferably one from Tubbs Coffee Roasters, and tune in, humans. Your ears will thank you.
Add a little flair to your special events with Scraps Barbecue, a great catering choice for your next gathering. Specializing in golf tournaments, sporting events, weddings, and other family-friend gatherings, their commercial kitchen can be on site, or you can choose to have a fully catered meal delivered right to you. Known for their authentic Santa Maria-style tri-tip and tequila lime fish tacos, they can customize the menu to meet your needs for groups of 20 to 2,500. Contact Kevin at kevin@scrapsbarbecue.com or check them out on Facebook.
This is the spirit we brought to this calendar, and we were totally inspired by the spoofing they did 20 years ago. But we did a 16-month calendar so we could get in the 20-year anniversary period.
Yeah, that's good.
And we started shooting it last October, but we did the bulk of it from February to May.
And Mary, tell how we got Quicksilver Studios involved.
Well, we started doing it ourselves, and we shot a couple of
few.
pictures.
You shot 3.
I think I shot 3 pictures. We have Mice and Men and Catch-22. We shot in the library itself, and then tried to figure out how to put in new backgrounds and cut all this out. And then the Huckleberry Finn, we actually took all of our same people, almost all of our same people, Mary Lou Reed, 94 years old, down on the dock and put them down there with their Huckleberry smeared T-shirts.
To get down and up.
Yeah, that's true.
It was tough. It is almost the same as the original pictures.
Strikingly similar.
It's a great picture.
It's so great.
Then I just by chance ran into Clint Schroeder and said, could you help us with this calendar? He goes, well, we have this studio called Quicksilver. Why don't I set you up with them? So he called Ben, and then I talked to Ben. They said, yeah, come on down and we'll figure out a way to shoot something. And so they started shooting everything in the studio and then putting the backgrounds, and it was so much easier.
So it's Ben Norwood and Josiah Poling are the 2 guys who, Ben is their head photographer, I believe, and Josiah, and they just worked magic. They had no idea what they were getting into.
Yeah.
They just rolled their eyes and said, "Oh, thanks, Clint, for volunteering us."
But they pretended like it was fun.
They did, and
Sure it was.
at the end, they finally got into it. But they just did a fabulous job, and it saved us so much time.
Well, so we were in front of a gray screen.
Right.
And we brought all of our stuff from home. We all had red shoes for Wizard of Oz. And then we would pick out a background, and they would lay the photograph on it and then ask us what we thought. And we're particularly proud that the entire city council is featured in this calendar.
Oh, that's great.
We think it's a huge statement.
Yeah. Actually, the reason that we even get to do this calendar, because, the city library is governed really by the city council, and they are also believers in the right to read. So they all opposed And all the women of the city council are in The Handmaid's Tale.
Love it.
All the men are in Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And they responded within a half an hour when I asked them if they'd do it. They were behind this 100%. And they do appoint the library trustees who oversee the library, but
that's
we're
true.
protected from some of the goings on that's happening in other areas. So we're pretty proud of how it turned out.
Yeah.
And we had fun. There's Ellen.
Ellen
Catcher in the Rye.
Awesome.
Ellen's in the first calendar, and she's also in this one.
And I see
former
the
mayor,
Whitmire.
you see the Whitmire, Stephen Marie, and Blair
Heidi.
from Art Spirit, and Heidi. So
That's great.
these are local celebrities. Here, the Hunger Games. This is the foundation board now.
Foundation, yes.
Susan Knipp, Lisa Riggs, and Jean Sweetapple.
That's great.
We had for Charlotte's Web, Mary knew a vet.
Love it.
David, Becky, Hester.
Oh, yeah.
And they were so good about holding stuffed animals, pretending they were real. There's the city council guys.
Right. I'm
And
looking
like
at these and I'm thinking, wow, that was something for then Quicksilver to place these photos in these backgrounds and have them actually work.
Oh, they look. We
look
did
great.
So
choose
great,
them.
don't they?
They do.
Yeah. You
Like
think
you're
that's
on the farm.
That's where the people
Animal
are.
farm.
When we did To Kill a Mockingbird, we had the police department had 2 people there.
Yep.
And the detective who was kneeling by the
Dead mockingbird.
The dead mockingbird could
Under the
not
sheet.
stop laughing. But we had Audubon Society people because it was
That's
a bird
so
thing,
funny.
right?
Right.
And Mary made the bird legs.
That's
out of
right.
pipe
She
I
did.
love the bird legs.
And Dave Oliveira was there representing. You know,
Dave Oliveira was in the first calendar.
and he was. And people really had a good time.
I
and when
bet.
we did Fahrenheit 451, we got somebody from the fire department to be shoveling books.
into
we
the
have
fire,
a helper
which
now.
really, And this one, The Wrinkle in Time. This is the Coeur d'Alene High School's Band
Books Club. Well, it's actually, and Lake City.
And Lake
Wow.
City. Yeah.
And this was sponsored by, every page is sponsored by a business. And this was sponsored by Clark's Jewelers because they have that big clock in front of their...
Right.
That's
So we
great.
kind of, again, played with, we got the dolly clocks that are wrinkled and a Time magazine that's wrinkled. I mean, it's about as broad as you can get.
Right.
But, I think it would be fun to have a contest, and let people try to guess the names of the books that aren't just from looking at the
Just
picture.
from looking at the
That
picture.
would
Oh,
be.
that's a
We did that
great
with the
idea.
old
We did that with the old
Yeah.
That's fun.
Wow.
And just see if they can tell
They
what
get,
book
Yeah.
it is.
to get it.
And we also listed the reasons those books have been challenged
Right.
over time.
Which
because the point is, many of these books are really old. They're decades
Classics.
old.
And
But-
required reading in
but
school when I
that's
was
right.
in school.
But at 1 or 2 or 3 or more points in time, somebody didn't like that book and wanted it to go away. And thank goodness librarians said, no. That book needs to stay available. And that's why those books are available today. But any time on any day, somebody can find something they don't like.
Right. That's
So
true.
just don't read it.
Don't
Right.
read it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
don't read it.
It's kind of like you don't like it on TV, turn the channel.
Exactly.
Or flip it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we have the Coeur d'Alene
A Brave New
Tribal
World.
Youth Council did that one
Brave,
for
as
us.
in brave.
And David Groth, they're juggling
Oh, the jugglers.
22 items.
22. We had to make sure there were 22.
That's good.
Right.
Oh, and then the Crown and Thistle and
son also
The
runs
Drake
sausages.
family.
Yeah,
Oh,
the whole Drakes with
Yeah.
their son who wouldn't rise. Oh, he was rising, I
He
guess.
was rising.
That's
He
sweet.
did a big yawn, which
And
I
then
think is cute,
we took
adorable.
this one outside. It was one of the few location ones we did on Mary Lou Reed.
This is
and Scott's
where the
new
wild
new
things
bench.
are.
New bench, right?
And we had Mudgee, our famous library mascot, and my famous son-in-law, Randy Palmer, and all these artists.
Abby Light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
And the background was so gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
The light was beautiful.
It's perfect.
I know. We were so lucky. And
This is Fahrenheit 451.
I love that
there's
fire
Haas,
going.
And these are all employees of Well Red Moose.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, don't you love that?
Yes.
There's all these little things, layers and layers, and Well Red Moose and Jean Sweetapple and I sponsored that because we're so committed. And,
That's so
and
great.
that's got the Stephen Colbert big book in it.
Yeah.
The Book Thief.
I love
the
it.
Book Thief, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the sponsorships were $500 a piece.
500 a piece.
$1,000 a page.
1,000 a page.
Or
Wow.
500 for shared.
Right.
Right.
In this case, Steve and the Meyer family and Bozanta Tavern, who happens to be Mary. She wanted the history.
For all your screen printing needs, trust the local you can count on. Pyramid Printing has been a Coeur d'Alene favorite for over 2 decades.
Specializing in screen printing, embroidery, signs, banners, and stickers. For all jobs, big and small, just give Eric a call.
Email us at info@pyramidprintingcda.com or give us a call at 208-664-0254.
PyramidPrintingCDA.com.
Ever feel like work and life are pulling you in opposite directions?
You are not alone. That's why we created Thrive, Learn, Connect, a podcast where personal growth meets professional success.
Each week, we share real conversations, insights, and actionable takeaways to help you navigate life and work with more ease, joy, and purpose.
Whether it's managing stress, building better relationships, or finding balance, we are here to help you thrive.
Listen to Thrive, Learn, Connect wherever you get your podcasts, because growth starts with connection.
So we've been talking about these pictures that you obviously can't see. We're looking at the calendar. It's in our hot little hands here. And there's some great photos. So we want to make sure.
Yeah, we will post some of them on Facebook, but not all of them because we want you to go find them.
Yes, we want you to buy it.
So speaking of that, where can they get this calendar?
Well, this is a fundraiser for the Library Foundation, and the money we raise goes to make a great library even greater.
Even greater.
So the calendars, the new calendars are $35 a piece, and all of the proceeds go to the Library Foundation.
Okay.
And you can purchase them at the Well Red Moose or in the
Friends of
Library, the
bookstore,
second
story bookstore.
Okay.
Just inside the library.
Or you can purchase them online too. If you go to the Foundation's website, within the library's website, there's a tab that says Right to Read calendar, and you can purchase it online and pick it up or have it shipped to you.
Oh, great.
Or just get hold of a foundation person and tell them you would
all
like...
of us are selling
We'll
calendars.
deliver, right?
Right. Oh, they'll deliver.
I sold one in my house to company last week.
Mary and I go to take them to all the parties we go to.
There you go.
Perfect.
We try to have them available.
Try to have them available.
Great gifts for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These would be great gifts for
And if you give them for Christmas presents, you're making a great donation to the library.
That's
while
right.
you give somebody kind of a fun calendar. People enjoy reading it.
It's fun.
And enjoy reading
And-
why the books are banned.
I know. I
Exactly.
can't wait to even go through the one that you did 20 years ago because it looks like so much fun.
Right. As Betty mentioned, we do have the reasons that they were challenged or banned. And
Yes.
that's because people are always, really? That one?
Yeah.
What?
'Cause I'm
Why?
like, I love that book.
Like
For
Charlotte's
example,
Web.
I love that
How
book.
can you imagine? But it's so sad. There's death in that. And so somebody didn't want their kid
To
reading
read about
that
death?
book.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Wow.
Because, it doesn't
boy.
really happen.
Right. Or I love The Wizard of Oz. The reason that was challenged for godless supernaturalism and portrayal of women in strong leadership roles.
Oh, my God.
And that's over 100 years old. Wizard of Oz. That book was written a long time ago.
So let's go through and tell us why some of these other books were banned because
can't
it
Betty did the
is
research
really
on this.
confusing.
Well, Charlotte's Web, you already mentioned.
Right.
Yeah, and To Kill a Mockingbird, that appears on banned books list because
love
of
that
racist
book.
language.
Racial slurs.
But the thing is, about any piece of literature, there's an arc in the story, and the bad stuff has to happen for the arc to occur and the resolution that comes later.
Right.
I know that's very
Otherwise, you have
literary,
really
right? Or else
crappy
it's just
pieces
pablum.
of-
It's not interesting at all.
Books.
Oh, Mice and
Mice and Men, again, for racial slurs, profanity, and violence.
Animal Farm.
I know
one of my
Animal
favorites.
Farm was when we were required to read
That's
in
right.
high
We
school.
had to.
People thought it had communist themes. It does. But we have these angelic children, and everybody who's listening really has to see this picture.
Yeah.
These angelic children with a farm in the background, and they're all clutching the most adorable stuffed animals. And the theme of the book is so kind of grim, and I love it so much that, and these kids all look very, very serious.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah, I love it. And Wrinkle in Time, because it had a problem with blending religion and science.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
It does.
Well,
And of course,
The Handmaid's Tale.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is the most banned book in the country.
well, and these are our city council ladies who are in, and Kelly Latin, Ruth's daughter, and Sarah, who's on our library foundation board.
Challenge for themes of female oppression and religious extremism, which is, of course, what it's about.
it's what it's about.
Danger, danger. And Catcher in the Rye was one of the few titles we reprised from the first calendar. But the symmetry here is in the 20-year-old calendars. Steve from Art Spirit
Oh, yeah, Steve
is in Catcher in the Rye, and in this one, Blair.
Oh, yeah.
Williams.
There you go.
And
That's
so
right.
that just, to me, those kinds of like secret behind the scenes,
Yeah.
that's meaningful. I
You
think
bet.
that Blair loved coming to do it. And Ellen is, of course, such a pro. She was grinning and being sneaky. And at one point I said, "Do you have a smug look in your repertoire?" And lordy, she sure did.
Oh, boy.
We all know Ellen. Yeah.
She's a pro.
She's a pro.
And these shoots, these took like 10, 15 minutes. We just got everything
really?
together. We brought all the props from home, and then we'd assemble the people, and Josiah and Ben click, and okay,
Wow.
we got it. And
Your board sounds like a fun board.
Yeah. So good.
Yes.
it's a great bunch of people, for sure.
Yeah.
So what is it? Catch
one?
22?
Catch 22?
Yeah.
Why was it banned?
Why was it banned?
Oh, it was
Catch 22.
yeah, you can-
I mean, I'm looking at these guys juggling, and
yeah.
I know that's not.
Challenge for profanity and irreverent treatment of war.
Yeah, I think war should be treated irreverently.
Yeah.
Possible.
Why would you want to glorify it?
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
But at some point, somebody said, people shouldn't read this because
So crazy.
Yeah.
because war is a great American pastime.
Cut me out, but I really need to know: are these reasons for banning? Are these local reasons for banning?
No.
Or nationwide.
Nationwide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know there are local books that are banned.
There are a number of books that have, in some
challenged.
libraries, placed in a way so that kids under 18 can't get them. The themes that appear to be the latest outrage for some people are multicultural books,
LGBTQ.
anything that's LGBTQ, anything that's about a family that's not a traditional mom, dad, no mixed races. I mean, just things like that, which, the world is the way it is, and kids live in the world the way it is. And people really do need to see themselves reflected in books. It helps you to understand that you're not the only person who feels that way or wonders about that or has a family that looks like that. That's what literature does.
Right. A great example, I think, is we have a banned book club. We call ourselves the Reese Sisters. And the book that we just finished reading was Dear Evan Hansen. And as I'm going through that book, I'm like, kids need to read this. Kids need to understand that their feelings about not speaking up are normal, and that there is another way to handle it, and here's the repercussions from not speaking up. And I just don't understand why that's not widely available to young people.
Because somebody doesn't like a family situation in that book.
Yeah.
I think there are two dads.
Yeah, it's LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
I know,
there's
it's-
suicide, and so they didn't
Right.
don't like either one of those.
But guess what? The kids who most need to read things like that most need to have those titles available to them.
Exactly.
You can't
Yeah.
put kids in a bubble and expect them not to experience these things anyway.
Right.
So why not educate? That's what we want to do.
That's what we want to do.
Well, and it's all art, which is what you guys do.
Yeah.
The calendars are art, books are art.
Yes, I know, and they're important. So these are amazing. I absolutely love what you've done. Even, your reason, the literary classics is fun from 20 years ago, but to take that 20 years later and make it something new and fresh
and topical.
And
Very
exactly.
topical.
I mean, it's brilliant.
And what you've done with the library, the fact that it's multi-purpose. I mean, it's not just filled with books.
That's right.
I mean, it's used for so many other things. It's been so great for the community.
Yes, it has. Here it almost
did it. I almost cried. I just think what it was, at the other place, and to see where it is now, why wouldn't you want that?
Right.
Why wouldn't you want that for your community?
Yeah, it's a
buy a dang
stellar
calendar, people.
library.
Help the library. Let's keep it growing.
You're fundraising again, and you've already got your building. What plans do you have for the money that you're raising?
Well, it kind of depends on the library's needs. In the nearly 20 years we've been there, furniture has worn out. Areas need different sources of electricity. Boy, if we'd known then what we know now, we would have had 1 million outlets in every room. More books need to be purchased. E-books, audiobooks and e-books are amazingly expensive. And so we've helped provide funding for that. So we just do the extra. For the library. The city provides the basic budget. They pay the employees and buy most of the books. But we do, what did Jean say? We bring the wow.
We supplement the library. We just try to make it better, to get more resources, better accommodations, remodeling if needs to be done, things the city won't cover.
Right.
And we do a thing with every baby that's born at Kootenai Health gets a bag of board books and a library card application and a list of reasons why they should start reading to their babies right away.
Right.
And the foundation pays for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. There she goes.
I love that. Oh, Lord. Okay. Pardon me. I'm just going to...
She's just going to bawl her eyes out over here.
I love that. Because I think books are the best. And I love, because especially with my grandchild, she brings them over. Grandma, and we read them over and over and over. And I will never get tired of her bringing a book over to me.
Yeah.
And I still collect children's books because I think some of the illustrations are my favorite.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm reading so many books right now. I'm back into reading because of our book club.
Because of our book club.
And I found the time. I'm like, I'm up stinking early, so why not read? You know? And I'm up and I'm like, I can't remember how many books I've read this year.
Right.
It's been great. So
Kevin and I listened to the audiobook Demon Copperhead up and back to Revelstoke, and we only got halfway through. So now we're trying to plan another long distance trip so we can finish it.
The air conditioning going and just listen to it.
My daughter is saying, you guys should stop places on the way back home. And I'm like, no, we got out at the ferry and we got out at the border and we stuck it out for the rest of that. We made it home in record time, too.
That's a huge book, too, and what a riveting story.
Yeah. I know. We're so
Demon
into it. And
Copperfield.
I'm like, okay, what's about 10 hours round trip? 'Cause that's how much time we have left.
To read this book. Known to sit in front of my car, in front of my house, and just till I get to the end of the chapter,
Right.
I have to find out what happens next.
Yeah. Well, this is an amazing project. Hats off to you guys for coming up with such a great idea and presenting it to the community. We're going to do our best to get it out there so that people buy it.
And your book club?
yes,
All book clubs should have one.
Right? Absolutely.
And they really, it's great to send them to people out of town because it gives them ideas. And, we really would like to do that.
Oh.
Anyway,
well,
this is
thank
great.
you. Thank you so much
thank you.
for going over
Certainly
this.
fun for us. We had a great time doing it.
It looks like it.
It does
These
look-
pictures are wonderful, and Quicksilver did a great job.
I know.
We can't say enough about them.
Shout out
the
to
best.
Shout out to
Anybody
them.
needs portraits taken or anything, those are the guys.
And they're right downtown.
Oh, they're fantastic.
They are.
It's
great to work
They're
with.
really fun.
And we will put a direct link to the website if people want to order them online.
Great.
And for all your models, all those famous Coeur d'Alenians.
Seriously.
I love it.
And we're all on the back, the committee.
Yeah.
That's the committee.
Oh, that's
That
the Wizard of
planned
Oz.
everything,
Because you're the wizards.
David Townsend.
Ben was
the wizard.
yeah.
I
Josiah
love
was the lion.
And then David Townsend was on our committee, and
That's
Holly's
So
the foundation manager, Scarecrow Holly.
sweet.
Fun.
Love it.
Love it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you bet. Thank you for...
continued success with the library. Make sure everybody gets out and reads and buys a calendar.
That's right. Don't forget to like, share, follow, or subscribe to Allie and Callie.
Artcast.com.
That's right, because we're on Facebook, Instagram, and our website is alliecallieartcast.com.
I think we said it all.
I think we did. So, I'm Allie.
And I'm Callie. And whatever you do today, make sure it's creative.
And go read a book.
Yeah, and buy a calendar.
The Allie and Callie Artcast is brought to you by Tubbs Coffee Roasters, ethically sourced, locally roasted coffee, and Pyramid Printing and Embroidery, serving customers near and far for over 2 decades.